Now we're going to try this again, and this time I'm going to split it open with a hacksaw instead of a power. Some of these guys on YouTube say, oh, well, you got to have perfect preparation. Well, with minimal preparation, you can virtually not see any separation between these two parts. This is the tube, the 1/2-inch tube, and this is the coupler right here. And you can see where they join together right here, and you can barely see the solder in there, but it works. And that's the important part, is that it works. Here is a faucet that I just put in, and I had to go through a whole lot of problems to try to solve in order to put this faucet in. This is a Pfister, P-F-I-S-T-E-R, Pfister, and it's called a Henlow, H-E-N-L-O-W. Well, that looks great right there, but I had to go through a whole lot of issues here on the bottom. Well, it looks great from here, but I had to have a lot of trials with this whole thing. What happened was that the faucet that was there, that busted, and it was because of frozen pipes. And another thing is that some of these pipes also were damaged because of freezing. I was in the hospital, and to make a long story short, I was not able to watch it very much while I was in the hospital. Well, another thing is that earlier this year I put this in. This is a outside faucet, and this started to leak because it froze also. That's why it says no right here. And so I had to take the existing pipes, and since they were expanded because of freezing pipes, I had to grind them down, both of them, this one and this one over here. There was a lot of grinding that I had to do, and I used this grinder right here, Bosch grinder, to grind it down. And then if you can see down here where I soldered this, both of them, that was very difficult also. Because the pipes were so expanded from the freezing. So I got a mixture of plastic and copper and a mixture of different components also. I had to use some female, and one end was female and the other end was 3/8 right there and right there.
Good thing I didn't put that under there, huh?
Yeah, I got some more work to do.
That's fine. No bill.
I got a great big glob of solder right there. Just leave it on there. That should be okay. Next thing we're going to do here is take this. This one looks awful. This elbow. It's black. But we're going to take this and use it. Let's take this piece of sandpaper. put it over this marker. And then work the inside. This sandpaper is probably 150 grit, 250, something like that, 225 or 220. That's a little bit better. What this black is on here is tarnish caused by water vapor. Also, the flux does clean it some. Okay, here is sort of a dilemma here. I've got this, I got these pieces, these little pieces, all cut out, and they basically have to align perfectly so that this connection can be made. And that's one reason why you have a union, and possibly I could have had more unions in this whole project, because we have so many different planes of how these are supposed to align together. So I want this joint right here. I've got this joint and this joint fixed, soldered, and I've got this joint right here to do. Now I have this joint here and this one also. Now I thought about just leaving it like this and then soldering it, but the problem is that this flux that's put in there, and I'll get a close-up of that, but this flux is put into each one of those joints. Now this one, I have this joint already done. This joint is already done. So I got one more joint to go. And I've got to make sure, I'll turn this flame off, and I've got to make sure that this is connected up here. A little bit of flux on there. Make sure everything's in readiness. Well, I turned the water on, the pipes don't leak. Just run your hand over it and see if there's any water. There isn't any. There's a little bit of pipe dope. Okay, to cut this pipe, you gotta put this pipe cutter on here, and then make sure that it's seated right in here, and that this wheel is against the pipe, and then tighten it just a little bit, and then turn it. Or you can do it like this. Every time you turn it, turn this knob right here, tighten it just a little bit. Don't tighten it very much. Alright? So then you got this right there. Once you got it cut, then take your sandpaper, put this, and make sure you have flexible sandpaper. You can get emery cloth. Emery cloth is the best. This is sort of like emery cloth right here. So just sand both ends. All right, should look something like that when you get done. Now you can use 150 grit, which is this one right here. You want to sand the inside of your fitting. Take a pen, Sharpie in this case, and put it like that. Put your sandpaper around it, and then do the inside. Then we're going to test this, cut it open, and see how good it solders. You can buy wire brushes to do this same work, round ones. One goes on the outside and one goes on the inside. Now you hold your torch over here on this side and then put your solder on the other side. All right, here you can see where this piece here, you can see some of the solder down in there. And that piece is on there solid. Like I say, I think it came apart because of the heat from the grinding. But here's where this joint was. Right here. Like that. And then also here you can see some of the solder in there and on this side. And it's not going to come apart.